And sit tight. I think we're about live. We're live. Yay! We're live. Excellent. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you are all having a fantastic day. This has quickly become my favorite day of the week. I look forward to this so much. And you know what? We have covered a lot of things since we started this awesome community. We have talked about leadership. We have talked about branding. We have talked about refinancing in the mortgage industry. We have really been covering everything. We've talked about domestic violence. I mean, we've just covered it all. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to have a little bit of fun. And today we have somebody who I am so excited to have here. She's going to make you feel fantastic, give a little holiday cheer into all of this. And her name is Laura Vaeth. And Laura is amazing. Laura has 27 years of experience in the makeup industry as a professional makeup artist. She's not only, well, she'll tell you a little bit about her journey, how she got there, but not only has she had great success, she's been an entrepreneur. She's worked on television commercials. She worked on The Wire back in the day when she lived in Maryland. And now that lucky, gorgeous woman is in Florida and tuning in today, and she's going to spend a few minutes brightening our day. So first things first, Laura, maybe you want to just share with them just how you got into doing something like this.
Hi, everyone, and Merry Christmas. And thanks for having me, Leanne. I really appreciate it. This is a great opportunity for people to learn lots of stuff and have a little bit of fun. So basically, my journey started in art school because I do love art and painting, and that's how I got started, and took a part-time job at the Clinique counter at my local department store, and basically fell in love with makeup and helping people on their beauty journey. So that took me to then working at MAC, where I've really developed my artistry skills and started my own business. So I've been a makeup artist for 27 years. I've done weddings, I've done proms, I've done bat mitzvahs, bar mitzvahs, everything you can think of. I've started my own business with boudoir, doing sexy photos, and now I am in Florida, kind of doing the same thing, and just kind of working with this COVID thing.
And before we get into, you know, the side of glamour and skincare and all that kind of stuff, you know, I do think that we always want to throw a little business tip in there too. And there are so many people who have experienced such a professional disruption. That's what 2020 has been, a massive disruption. So yes. I know you had to recreate some things. Florida does let you have weddings and do some events down there, but I know you got a little creative. So maybe you want to share with them how you navigated a little bit.
So I was working in Ulta Beauty, and really in any beauty industry, we are on a no-touch policy. So we can help guests, but we can no longer touch, color match, apply makeup in that type of setting. So right now we're kind of working with virtual consultations, and then I do still go out and do, you know, private parties and things like that with really, really specific COVID-friendly, disinfecting, hygiene standards.
Well, I know that it is, you're incredibly talented, and I've seen your work for years and years and years. And I know you work with so many different people. You've done print, you've done all of it. But we have lots of different women on here. There's over 400 women, and there's a couple men. I don't want to ever discount my men, welcome men as well. But we have over 400 women that are here today. And some women have nothing to do with makeup. They don't touch it. It's not their thing. They're just not into it. Some women know the basics and they do a little bit. And some women wear makeup every day. So I thought maybe what would be valuable is, since we're all living on Zoom and we are being looked at on screens every day, we could have some conversations about the different type of women. So if there is a woman on here and she's not into makeup, but she doesn't want to look tired and washed out while she is going ahead and on Zoom, what would you tell somebody like that?
Well, that's a fantastic question. And really, it really starts with your skincare. You've got to invest in your skin. Applying makeup is only good if you're applying it on beautifully cared for skin. So my recommendation to anyone who doesn't wear makeup is go out there and ask a professional, talk about your skin, talk about what your skin goals are, and get involved in a great skincare program that's going to meet your needs, so you don't have to put makeup on to look fresh and bright and gorgeous and glowing. It doesn't have to be expensive skincare. It just has to be right for your skin type. So don't try to analyze your own skin. Let the professional ask you questions, give them feedback, and take their recommendations. Doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be customized.
Awesome. And then I know that there are, excuse me, also some women out there who have like a little bit, they have little basics. I was actually talking with one of my friends and told her that you were going to be on here, and she was so excited. And she has mascara and I think 2 lipsticks, and that's kind of like what she knows how to do. So if you have somebody who's not comfortable jumping into foundation and the whole glam thing, but they know a little bit, you know, what would you advise them? How can they learn a little bit more if they want to get a little bit more skill set? What would you tell somebody like that?
Also a great question. My first recommendation would be to not watch YouTube, not watch Instagram. Don't follow any of those influencers. You're not going to be able to achieve those looks watching videos. You're going to spend a lot of money and still not know what you're doing. Again, go in with a look in mind and talk to a professional who can make recommendations based on your individual goals, the look that you want to achieve, your eye shape, your face shape, and what your skin looks like. They are trained, they are educated to make those recommendations for you. Focus on one area that you want to work with at a time. Don't try to tackle the whole face. If it's eyes, only go in and work on eyes. And that would be my recommendation to anybody who wants to just start doing a little bit more, is to start small, baby steps, master the basics, and then build on something else.
Excellent. And if somebody, obviously there's, you know, awesome makeup artists like you that do Zoom consultations, but let's say somebody just wants to start off like slow, would you recommend a certain store? What would you tell them to do if they really just don't know where to start?
So stay in your community. You want to work with someone that you can go back to frequently. Go into an Ulta, go into a Sephora, a Mac counter, a Macy's, and make a friend. That's what the beauty advisors really want. They want that following and have people come back to them frequently to really solve their makeup problems, their challenges, and meet their beauty needs. Make that friend, and you'll have someone that you can go to and trust, that's really going to have your best interest at heart and not just sell you things you don't want or don't need.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than coming home with something and feeling like, you know, you look like a tropical fish when you tried it yourself, right? And then we also have some women, I love makeup, you know, I mean, some women wear makeup because they feel like it makes them look more attractive. I think makeup is like an expression. And it's funny, you studied art. I was actually an art history major before I went into law. So I love color, I love all that stuff, you know, and it's just fun to me. So if there's somebody else like me, but I don't know what I'm doing compared to people like you, how do people like us learn? I'm not 25, I can't go on Instagram. What would you tell somebody else who maybe would like to, you know, update or do a little bit of new stuff?
Go into that store, go into that retailer and sit down, make that consultation, and spend that hour asking the questions that are important to you. Let that person, let that artist help you with what you need to work on. You can't do it yourself. There's no way you can recreate these looks that you're seeing on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. You really have to sit down, have them do one side, and have them let you do the other one under their critique and under their guidance. Once you do it once yourself, it's really so much easier to recreate it at home than to have it put on you all the time and never actually feel the brush, get the placement correct, get the precision of the product, where the product goes. You really have to have someone show you that the first time.
That's awesome. So you kind of go like this. They do
Yep.
one side, you, that's really cool. And would you send them to the same place, or would you recommend other places where people will let you do that half-half thing? That's really a great idea.
That's the first question I would ask is, can I do half? Will you teach me? Some places only do applications. They want to get you in and get you out fast. Some places will do lessons. It may have a cost to it. It may not. It may take a little more time. You may be able to hire somebody to come to your home, a professional makeup artist. However you have to do it, you have to have them put the brush in your hand. If you don't, you're never going to experience the way it's supposed to feel, the amount of product you're supposed to put on the brush, and how your blending is supposed to turn out at the end.
Fabulous. And let's talk about age, because even though I love to pretend I'm 35, and I know you like to also, right? We have a wide variety of people who are tuned in of lots of different ages. And, I know that you always hear things like, well, when you're this age, you shouldn't wear this. And, glitter cuts off at this time and shiny
No.
things stop at this. What are the rules? What are you supposed to do? And what is appropriate?
The rules are that there are no rules. The most important thing is that you wear what you like, that you feel fabulous in. So if you want to put glitter on and you're 51, my age, absolutely. But in moderation, everything in moderation, and always take into account your skin type and what your skin is like. So if the matte look is in and your skin is dry, that's probably not for you. And that's not age related, that's skin type. You can be dry skin at 15, you can be dry skin at 60. So always pick what you like to wear that you feel beautiful in, and you can make it work.
Fabulous. And one other thing just popped into my head. So if a lot of times, you see so much stuff on social media right now, and people wear these wild colors and all this stuff, but that's intimidating to a lot of people. So, if you have someone who's not really an artist and all that, would you tell them stick with certain colors, or if you're going to maybe break out with these starter colors, or what would you recommend for somebody looking at all that's going on right now?
Yep. For anybody that wants to add color to their look, like I said earlier, you want to start out mastering the basics. So get that basic look down. If you want to throw a blue or a purple and a green, my recommendation is to start with a colored eyeliner. That is the best way to add a little color to what you're already doing. It's simple. It's not expensive. You can buy 5 different color eyeliners, and you can create so many different looks just building on that first baby step basic look that you have.
Fabulous. Again, you're full of all kinds of great answers. So let's say this, you mentioned before, things don't have to be really expensive, and there's makeup that you can get at Walgreens, there's makeup you can get at Nordstrom's, and a whole bunch of stuff in the middle. Do you feel like people who are maybe struggling right now, makeup is a luxury, let's be honest. It is a plaything, it's fun. What would you say is something that someone should not worry about spending too much money on right now?
I probably would not spend a ton of money on like your eyeshadow palettes. There's so much out there that it's inexpensive, like Morphe, like Makeup Revolution, like LA Girl, that are so reasonably priced that you can compromise a little bit with prestige versus drugstore brands. The things I would not recommend skimping on would be your skincare. And there's so much out there now, especially with the new launch of conscious beauty and vegan products and cruelty free. Super, super important to just be aware of those brands, as well as you don't want to skimp on your foundation. You want to be professionally custom matched for a foundation that's right for your skin in the right formula for your skin type.
Okay, that prompted a couple things. You did mention, the cruelty-free and the vegan, and not a lot of people understand which brands are good and which are there a couple skincare brands that you would recommend that are aligned with that?
So Pure Minerals, actually MAC is actually cruelty-free, even though you'll see a lot of stuff online that says it's tested on animals. It's not. Morphe is also a good brand. Indie Lee. Any emerging brands are really good to try right now.
Okay,
and they really high quality ingredients that have been tested and don't need to be tested on animals anymore.
That's such a good thing to hear. That's the lesson. A lot of animal lovers out here, and this has been the year of weirdness. There's no doubt. 2020. There's bizarre as could be, and I know that one of the reasons I wanted to have you on here is you love to make people feel really good. And maybe you want to just share some of the things that make you love doing what you do, because 27 years is a heck of a career you've got.
Well, I've tried to do other things in the meantime, and I've always come back to makeup because it is making people feel good is really my gift. It doesn't have to be pushy, and it doesn't have to be expensive to make someone believe in their own beauty, not only outside, but when you feel good on the outside, you feel better on the inside. And To me, being part of someone's special day, like their wedding or their baby shower or their bat mitzvah, is so memorable. It's like being invited into their family. And it's such a gift to be a part of that for people, that's something that I could never actually just walk away from.
Yeah, that's got to be amazing to make someone feel, stunning on their wedding. That's really
I've
neat.
been, I've been in more wedding pictures than in my own wedding.
And as we're wrapping up this weird year, I do know that so many people are not having their normal holidays. Like, we've hosted Christmas every year since my son was born. And at this point, I think there's only one person coming this year. A lot of people are experiencing that. So people are doing Zoom Christmas parties or Zoom family events, and they're trying to connect. And, there's something fun about getting dressed up for the holidays, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, etc., or New Year's Eve. So, people can start their own events if they want to. And if they want to get dressed up and have some fun or do anything, is there anything that you would recommend they do so they feel a little bit more in the holiday celebration mode while they're on Zoom?
Absolutely. Every lady that is watching should have a red lipstick. Red lipstick is empowering and it's fun. And you're going to say, oh, I can't wear red. Yes, you can. You can wear red. Pick a cherry red. Cherry red looks good whether you're fair, whether you're dark complected, whether you're in between. It doesn't matter. A good blue red is going to make your holiday complete.
And here we are. We both have our Christmas red on and our red lipsticks. If only I could do my makeup like you, I just got to say. For all of you watching, it's such an honor and blessing to be able to interview people, but I was a little nervous today. I'm like, in front of Laura, you know what I mean? But I think that one of the things that you really do is you make people realize it's just fun.
It's just fun. It's not rocket science, and there's no such thing as the wrong lipstick. Add a liner to it, add a gloss to it, make it work. Don't feel so insecure that you think other people are judging you, because really they're just worried about themselves. So put on something fun, put on a bright pink, put on a red, put on some eyeliner and do your brows, get your brows did. It's really just a good feeling to be able to do those things for yourself.
And if you are getting a little bit dolled up for your, our little Zoom virtual world that we're having right now, is there anything you would tell people to stay away from if they're not really good at doing their makeup? Is there anything you're like, yeah, that's probably not such a good idea?
Do not do the winged liner if you do not know how to do the winged liner. Please don't do it. Don't make that mistake. Just put a little pencil on. Don't try to pull it out to your ears. It's not cute.
That gets a don't try this at home, right?
Don't try that at home.
Okay, and then before we wrap up, I know you mentioned a couple things that are, challenging for people depending on where you are in the country. Things are really different. Like, I know everything's open where you are, and here where I live, it's crazy. I mean, the city, I live in the county, but the city, they actually said no one's allowed in a restaurant at all. They closed them all. You can only do takeout. And out here in the county where I live, you can't have more than 10 people anywhere. So some people might be like, well, I could use something to make me feel good, but I can't get to a Mac store or an Ulta or a Sephora. And I know that you have been helping a lot of women around the country. Can you tell them some of the things that they can do if they want to get some kind of consultation? Maybe they want to seek you out because they can be home and learn that way.
Absolutely. They can contact me. I can make recommendations for them for skincare. All I need is to ask them, a few questions about their skin, how their skin feels, what goals they want to have for their skin. I can definitely make custom recommendations via phone or Zoom or how FaceTime or however they want to do it.
Well, that's great, because I want to learn from you, so you'll be hearing from me. It's funny because I think that sometimes when we're all in our homes this much, for those of the people, like I said, you're really blessed in Florida, it's not too bad. But in a lot of parts of the country, we're in our house a lot. And you can get a little bit batty and a little nutty, just being on a screen and being in the same place all day. And I think that just dressing up a little bit can lift your spirits. And I will confess, there are many of us who, do from the waist up. We look really good. Have you ever done that yet, Laura? Or you haven't done that yet?
I'm doing it right now.
Red lipstick, red top, sweatpants. Right? That happens. Well, Laura is in the Facebook group that we have here. Laura Vaeth, V as in Victor is her last name, Vaeth. And she's a sweetheart, and I really appreciate her. And she did say that if people in this group want to do a consultation, it's insanely inexpensive. So if you want a little pick me up, you can reach out to her through the group. Is that okay?
That's great. Yep.
Because I know before when I told a few people you were going to be on here, they were like, how come you get to talk to her? I want to talk to her. So, you know, everyone can talk to her. And then Laura, before we go, is there anything else that you just want to share before we wrap up today? Anything that's on your mind or anything you want to encourage women to do to feel good?
Really just take this time for yourself and do something for yourself. Women do so much for everyone else in their lives that sometimes we come last. And right now is the perfect opportunity to put yourself first and just take care of your own health, your mind health, your body health, your physical appearance is super important. And that's what really keeps us young. When we feel like we look good, we want to get out there and, you know, and be with people. And that's super important right now is however we connect. That's how we have to connect right now. And so we might as well feel good about it. Go out and get a face mask and put some face mask on and illuminating cream or just something that really makes you feel good.
And we could all use a lot of that right now. So Laura, I really, really appreciate you being on here. Let me get us back on dual here. I really appreciate you being here. And, you know, we do a lot of very serious conversations in this Facebook community, but you know what? One of the most serious things is what you said, especially now, a lot of women are, you know, a lot of people, not just women, are struggling with, you know, being at home, getting a little depressed. And so I appreciate you just giving us tips on how we can feel good about ourselves and feel good about the holidays. And Laura is magical. I was blessed. She did, years ago, I was in Success from Home magazine a couple times and she did my makeup and I thought, oh my God, who is that? She's really good. I can't duplicate it, Laura. I know, I just can't do it, but she's super talented. So if you want to, you know, reach out to her, please feel free. She's just an amazing, kind woman. She's a mom, she's an entrepreneur, and just really a great friend and inspiration. So thank you so much. And we wish all of you happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, whatever you're doing. Stay safe, stay wonderful. And we will be back here next Tuesday. Next Tuesday will be a really interesting news correspondent we're going to learn from next week. So we are going to go from having a grand old time to like real serious again. So we need to get a little bit of fun in here beforehand. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it so much. Everyone have a great weekend and a great holiday. Take care.
Bye.